Welcome back to the Sonic Colors playthrough. It's time for the finale. Let's head into terminal velocity.
But first, let's listen to Eggman spazzing out. What is that ship he's flying in?
That's the Eggshell, I believe. Basically, you play through the entire game in one sitting without cutscenes and so on. Kinda cool, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing.
Now, this, as Tom said in Asteroid Coaster, this is pretty much Lost Story. In the sense that what we're playing through isn't technically a like a world. It's really just the space elevator thing that he's connected it to Sonic's world.
Since Unleashed, they've kind of tried to shy away from saying like this is Last Story, but you definitely get a sense that it's the finale of the game.
Oh yeah. Classic movie reference that is. You talking to me? Quit busting my batteries over here.
In a few seconds it won't matter anyway, since the world will have only one thing on its mind. What's that?
I think they should put in the Riddler voice chip, because Cubot, he kind of shares a voice actor with the Riddler from Arkham Asylum and 2.
Well then, in that response, they should make all bots share the same voice as Shadow.
Oh, you've got this, Sonic.
You've got this, Eggman. Hopefully, when they give Kirk Thornton a game to actually do decent stuff with Shadow, he won't sound so odd. But again, yeah, what we're coming up here to is if you remember back in Tropical Resort, after Sonic destroys that machine, that arm, of course, got stuck in the thing. In the DS version, they actually bring it up, like specifically all bought references. The fact that, oh, that must have been where the robot, I forget the robot's name. Like, he goes, that must have been where the robot's arm went. Oh well. Yeah. Did you think it was weird how they make a big thing of showing that going into the moon, and yet nothing happens with it?
I thought it was actually going to get brought up in Generations, like that was the origin of the Time Eater.
Which it wouldn't surprise me if it was, because the plot to Generations, you can tell they must have edited out so much stuff. It would have been nice though to make it tie in more directly to Colors.
Well, it kind of does and it doesn't. It's very shallow, is Gen's story.
What are you talking about? He hasn't stopped all of them. Name one.
Sonic Riders.
The story of that game is amazing. Pay me a Chaos Emerald and you can enter my race. Oh right, sounds legit.
That has the greatest line of Eggman in all time. This isn't just any race, but a special race to see who's the fastest. No shit, Sherlock.
As opposed to the other special race to see who's the slowest, aka Sonic Labyrinth.
I'd love to say to go back in about 10 seconds. I love Mike Pollock's delivery of, now I remember why we changed his voice chip.
And that's why they kept him in the cast.
Exactly. Although, do you know that he actually had to re-audition for that? He wasn't just kept on, he actually had to re-audition for Eggman.
He should have gone in and was like, hello, I'm Eggman, auditioning for the role of, well, Eggman.
Well, that's what he said. He said he pretty much went in and just did exactly what he'd always done. Like, he didn't change a single thing.
Like, hey Mike, here to audition? Yep, okay, you've got the role.
Yeah, I mean, make sure to go like, yep, you may as well just give me the role, because I am the Eggman. Like I say, this is one of my favourite lines from Sonic in the entire game.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I get a bad feeling. So, how about you and me make like Eggman's hairline and recede?
Recede? It's fucking gone.
Well, actually, if you actually look at the top of it, at the very top of Eggman's head, in certain games you can actually see a slight layer of grey.
And that is a retro-esque level of nerd right there, Gareth.
This is probably my least favourite level in the entire game.
I can kind of agree with you on that, but just the setting alone does it for me.
I mean, like, the music is fantastic. The fact that you're running in space, like running down towards Earth or Mobius or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's aesthetically, it's fantastic. I just think it's just not that fun in my opinion.
It is very linear. I get massive vibes of the Eclipse canon and the final fight between Sonic and Shadow here for some reason.
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of a mixture between, you know, the Sonic and Shadow fight from SA2 and those sections in Unleashed, the daytime stage, where you would be, you know, you'd be chased by these type of robots.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I didn't care for the tripping mechanic here.
Yeah, I for the life of me, I don't understand why they brought that in. It just seems kind of like the blow-in feature in Donkey Kong Country Returns. It just seemed like a really random and pointless thing to implement.
It's kind of like, if you trip once, you'll keep going. I don't know when you stop, but it seems designed to punish the player, which is fine, because it adds a layer of challenge, but it's annoying at the same time.
Like, it adds a layer of challenge. It's just that, like, in a level like this, like, where you're being chased by things that are just killing you constantly, like, do they really have to, like, implement tiny little bricks that, you know, fuck you up? Now, this guy is probably my most hated enemy in any Sonic game ever.
Your best strategy here is to conserve your boost energy. Like, only use it when he goes to punch you.
This guy, I died so many times in this guy. I think the one time I was able to defeat him, it was by pure luck.
Yeah, it took me a few times as well.
Now, on the DS version, the DS version is kind of like this, although you're just being chased by this guy. Although, unlike what Tom said about conserving your boost, in the DS version, you have to constantly boost. If you aren't boosting, he will catch up with you and he will shank you from behind.
Damn.
Exactly. Which this version is interesting because it's from a completely top-down perspective. It's in terms of the DS version, it's weird. The DS version is actually one of my most favourite levels in that game. But here it's just kind of clunky, I guess.
I would have preferred actually going inside of the structure of the elevator at certain points, like blasting through engine rooms and shit before going outside. I think that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, that could have been cool. I'll say the menu theme for this is done by the guy who did most of the work for the Japanese version of Sonic CD, and that fact means absolutely nothing to Tom.
Nope.
Time to bail.
Hey, it's that thing from Launch Base Zone.
It can't be.
Leaving so soon. There are no lines, and I've saved the best.
You gotta love this dialogue though, where Eggman's being purposely corny. I love Sonic's line here.
Trying to be clever with this whole amusement park pun thing, but it's just coming off lame.
That's rich coming from you, you blue pincushion.
Oh, come on, it's genius to say you're going to destroy us. Quit embarrassing yourself. This piece of cutscene music is just simply called the Nego Wisp Armor. I think it's fun. It's a genius rendition of Eggman's theme.
I'm glad they gave him like a standard theme, but my favourite one, aside from the AOSTH theme of course, is his adventure theme.
I love his adventure theme. Again, I am glad that they, I know that in Generations they replaced it with Eggman, his song from SA2, but I'm hoping in the next game they bring back this theme.
See you on the ground, buddy.
So again, this moment here, I really like the characterization of Sonic and Tails' relationship. Although you would think, after everything they've faced, why would that robot in particular make Tails get scared?
That is true.
Because even Tails himself has faced far bigger and more menacing, you know, like the giant metal Sonic robot, far scarier than this thing.
Indeed.
Now Tom, do you want to explain a bit about the basic mechanics of this boss fight?
This boss utilises a few, and I do mean a few, of the Wisp powers that you've used throughout the game. Mostly it will use Cube, Spike and Laser. As the fight goes on it will combine a few of these, but for the most part it's kind of a letdown because it doesn't use stuff like Rocket or like Hover and whatnot. It
is technically, because the machine itself is made out of Frenzy, it's technically always in Frenzy mode.
Yeah. It
just adapts to other ones. But in terms of the S version though, in my opinion, this is probably more fun to play, but as a final boss the DS version makes far more sense because Eggman has all of the wisps in the DS version trapped in the robot, and you have to basically, Eggman will use each wisp one at a time and you have to knock that wisp out of him. Which just, you know, for a machine that's taking advantage of all of the wisps, to me that just makes a lot more sense.
I think they missed an opportunity here by not having Eggman call out his wisp powers.
That would have been insane. It would have been funny as fuck though. That would.
Oh yeah, reach for the stars orchestral version. This is my jam right here.
Yes, although again in the DS version it kind of makes more sense because once Sonic has knocked out all the wisps, then this plays. So in terms of the music, it kind of just plays like halfway through the battle. It doesn't really make a lot of sense as to why the music changes. But I'm not knocking it because this track is fantastic.
Now before we finish off Robotnik, may I just say how gratifying it is to have a non-supersonic final boss for a change?
Oh, I mean yeah, at this point this was the first Eggman final boss in terms of the main series since Sonic 3 and Knuckles. My god, that's insane, since Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But nope, now he's dead. But again, like it's fun fighting him, but in terms of final bosses, it is kind of really easy.
Well, it's better than in the DS version where you randomly turn supersonic and fight Yakka's mother.
Well, that's actually after this fight. But in the DS version, you have to fight Yakka's mother, who's been. I guess it's kind of like a perfect chaos thing. For some reason, she's evil, but by beating the fuck out of her, she turns good. Don't ask me how that happens.
By the way, taste the rainbow and so on.
Now again, this is because as we saw on the map screen, we're about to enter Terminal Velocity Act 2.
Indeed, and if you get a game over on this bit, you have to do the final boss all over again.
Yeah, Tom, did you find that out the hard way?
Well, I knew beforehand, but yeah, I kind of game overed.
You gamed over on a level which takes 30 seconds to complete.
Hey, the bottomless pits come out of nowhere. Shut the fuck up, thank you.
I just remember that time you were streaming with this and you left after you fought the boss, and then like you were gone for like 5 minutes, and then you just skipped so Sonic like getting sucked into a deep pit and dying.
I lost about 10 lives.
We lost a lot of good men that day. A lot of good men.
All of them Sonic.
This might not end well.
I don't know why, but I love that line of his. Just this might. To me, that kind of sounds like something Bugs Bunny would say, like when faced with the same thing. Like this might not end well, but it probably, I might do.
Nothing much to worry about here. Just keep your eyes on the road, jump over the bottomless pits as they appear, and once you reach the bit where you're running towards the camera, the level's over. And that's pretty much it.
I can't really see why they actually put this thing in the game.
It kind of seems more suited to just being part of a cutscene.
Because it's not really that hard, and you can't technically finish it. So like, it's just like 30 seconds of running and jumping every now and again.
Now I know we weren't going to harp on about, how Sonic Colors is a bit like Mario Galaxy, but I have to say the first time I saw this, it made me laugh quite a bit, because the ending is so similar to the one in the first Galaxy game. I mean, I'm not going to spoil what happens in Galaxy 1, but suffice it to say, the ending revolves around, we can call it a supernova. I mean, granted it's not really a supernova here, but it kind of looks like one. Oh, and not to mention all the multicoloured little helpers floating about as well.
We're gonna see Yakka's goodbye here. There's a cutscene in the DS version after you complete the Nega Wisp armor, but before you fight Yakka's mother. Where it's a really nice cutscene where each of the wisps are speaking to Yakka about Sonic, and like the burst wisp would say like, was he hot, and like Yakka goes like, hotter than any sun you've ever been to. It's a really nice little cutscene where like the wisps are like, and Yakka at the end of it, Yakka goes, I'm gonna keep your story alive forever, so I never forget you. Goodbye, Sonic.
Well, at the end of all things, do you want to give us your final thoughts on Colours?
My final thoughts on College is that this is probably the best 3D Sonic game ever made.
Even though it's mostly 2D.
Shut up. it's a fantastic. The gameplay is so much fun to play. I mean, the presentation is fantastic. Graphically, it's one of the best looking Wii games there is. Musically, also, little point here, if you actually read the binary code on Tales' electronic, it says, if you can read this, you're a geek. Which is fantastic. But ultimately, just amazing game. Like, this is probably my favorite Sonic game of all time.
Definitely one of my favorites as well. If they fixed up the controls somewhat, maybe put in a bit more challenge because it was easy overall, made it slightly longer, I would have enjoyed it more. And of course, if they edited some of the cornball dialogue, you know, made it a bit more straightforward, I would have enjoyed it more. But overall, I really enjoyed Colors. One of my favorite Sonic games. And from me, Anton64.
And from me, FDO.
Thanks for watching the Sonic Colors playthrough, and we'll see you all some other time. Bye bye for now.
Finally, we can relate. Our side by side is fate. I knew all along we'd find some way to communicate.
idiot! Faster! Put your backsides into it!
Technically, we don't have backsides, boss.
I don't care! Just push! We have to hurry! I already have my revenge planned out, and next time I will not fail!
Of course you won't, boss. Of course you won't. On the bright side, a certain someone got their voice back.
I feel like my old self! All I want to do is talk! Hey, remember when we were chasing those little alien guys? What's up with those things anyway? They sure were funny looking! Smell good though?
What I wouldn't give for the maddening silence of space right about now.
Sushi, hey, I heard they started using fish! Bummer we didn't bring any with us! Not that we can eat it since we're robots, but we could have looked at it! I love looking at stuff! I love stuff! The fireworks show game was great! Hey, how did we get all this stuff to blow up like that anyway? Loved it! By the way, can you destroy Sonic this time? No, I'm sorry! You haven't destroyed Sonic! Where are we going?